What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from Dungeons and Diving. Today I've got a little bit of a different video again. Not typical normal stuff I want to put on the channel, but this is something that's kind of important to me. So as you may or may not know, I split my channel into two. I have Dungeons and Diving, which is what you're watching this on, but I also have Dungeons and Diving Gaming, which is where I moved all of my gaming content and I do my live streams there. A little bit ago, I had a little bit of an issue where my Necromancer expansion live stream was flagged. It was flagged by Content ID on YouTube, which is, to my understanding, it's an automated process. The problem is, you can see, oh, look at that! So, copyright summary and status. So, I left the video private until this was resolved. The monetization was ineligible. I'm not even a partner, so I couldn't care less. The problem is that I knew for a fact I had permission to use this. So, what do you do? First off, make sure you have permission to use it, and you make sure that you are in the right at every moment in time. Don't be scared to dispute it. So what I did is I knew for a fact I was in the right. I went ahead and I disputed it, and what ended up happening was they have 30 days to address the dispute. If they do not address it within 30 days, it will automatically expire, and it goes bye-bye into the wind. Now, mind you, this is for a content ID. I don't know about a copyright strike. Do not apply this without first researching your copyright strike procedures. With that case, I would highly suggest not getting a copyright strike in the first place. But what do you do? How do you get to use things like this without getting any problems on your YouTube channel? Like I said, first, you get permission. Second, if something like this happens, you file a dispute. Okay, so this is their policy, just kind of some information back in 2017. But it's a pretty good write-up. As far as my understanding, still pretty relevant, I should say. So, from YouTube, after you submit your dispute, the copyright owner has 30 days to respond. During this time, the claim will be temporarily released. If they don't respond within 30 days, their claim on the video will expire and you don't need to do anything. That is exactly what happened to me. So, there are a couple things that the copyright owner can do. They can release the claim if they don't really care. It's cool beans. They can uphold the claim, and it's still the same thing. And you can, my understanding is you can actually appeal a second time, or they can actually take your video down. If they have a copyright, if they have standing for the copyright, they can actually request that it's removed, and you will get a copyright strike. You don't want that. So make sure if you have a content ID issue or something along those lines, make sure that you have your proper backing on how you can go about getting this resolved. So here's the big kicker. Deleting the video with a strike will not resolve the strike. There are other ways to resolve it. That's above and beyond what this is about. This is literally just about content ID strikes. Not the biggest thing in the world. So go ahead and dispute it. Do not be afraid to dispute your content ID strike. Like I said, in these cases, it is generally going to be an automatic system that processes this. And my understanding, based on a few articles, is that it happens quite a bit, even without the content ID owner actually knowing about it. That's really all that there is to it. If you want to stick around, if you have a Blizzard game or anything else that you'd like to stream, stay tuned. If not, I'm going to go ahead and I will put information in the description below on this page right here, so that way you can just click the link. Yeah, like they have articles in the section. They have all the stuff right there. You can look at this page right here. There's some pretty good information here. But if you do have a Blizzard game, stay tuned. In a couple moments, I'm just going to switch my little train of thought here from what to do to how did I know that I had this stuff. This is still applicable if you don't have a Blizzard game that you're streaming. You can follow the same procedures, but make sure that you follow them accordingly with whoever the copyright owner is that you have. All right, let's shift over to Blizzard. So I'm going to go ahead and close these windows really quick. All right, so Blizzard has a policy. I will post this in the description as well. What I want you guys to do is I want you to focus on, since this is going to be YouTube, just Control F for YouTube, and if I can type, it's right there. There is only one-of-one matches on here. You can barely see it at the bottom of the screen. It shows that. So the cool thing about this is, so I actually contacted a Warcraft GM asking about the head information, and I actually was provided a link to their legal page, that's where I found this at. I will post a link to this downstairs, like I said, but I'm just going to read the verbiage that makes the big difference here. Note that Blizzard Entertainment's restrictions that productions be limited to non-commercial uses also means that you may not license a production you have created for another company for a fee or for any other form of compensation without specific written permission from Blizzard Entertainment to do so. Blizzard Entertainment reserves the right to use its products for all commercial purposes. Now, basically that says you cannot make money by repurposing their stuff. Okay, so basically, don't take Illidan dolls, make them, and sell them without the permission first, because you will get sued and you deserve to get sued. Now, this is the basis on how we are allowed to stream Blizzard games. Their next line, the only exception to this rule are if you participate in partner programs with YouTube, Justin TV, Blip TV, Own 3D TV, or Ustream TV, the production websites, whereby a production website may pay you for reviews of a production if you are accepted into their partner program. What this line is saying, that you may stream your game, and, for example, YouTube in this case, can pay you money for streaming the game on it. That is because somebody going to watch your channel is not being charged to watch you playing Warcraft, or Diablo, or Overwatch, or whatever it is, Hearthstone for crying out loud. You may go ahead and do it this way. There is another one. Let me just see where it is here. Important notes. Just make sure you read this. There's some educational stuff in here. Basically, it's right above here. All right, regarding websites and premium access. So basically, the big thing about this section is that you have to allow somebody to be able to access your stuff for free. All right, that's the gist of it. You may charge premium access if you run your own website, but whatever video you have on your premium has to be available for free as well. And I'll get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead with the verbiage. We understand that many third-party websites have a free method to see their video content, as well as a premium membership service that allows for speedier viewing. For clarity, please note that as long as the website you host your production provides a free method to allow viewers to see the production, Blizzard Entertainment will not object to your production being hosted on that site, regardless of the site's for-pay premium service plans. I haven't obviously looked into YouTube's premium subscription basis yet, but basically what that says is if you have a website, even if you host it yourself, I guess maybe, you have to have something special to put it on premium, otherwise no one's going to pay for the premium membership. But whatever it is that you're putting premium, you have to have identical version of that same video free on the freemium version of it. What you could do is you could have, I don't know, maybe higher speeds, higher bitrate, higher quality as a premium version, say like a 4K video, and then only stream like a 1080p or a 720 on the free version of it. You could do that, and they don't care. They do not care. As long as some random Joe Schmo or Silly Sally comes along to your website, or whatever website it is, and stumbles across your video, they're able to watch it. They do not care how you monetize it in a premium version of it. So that's really cool. So I came across this, like I said, and I knew I was in the right, and this is the document. It's directly on Blizzard.com. This is the document that I had on standby if they chose to stand by their content ID claim, because I knew I was in the right, but this had been there for 6-7 months. Actually, probably even longer, because I took my video from my main channel and I re-uploaded it to my gaming channel and simply set my original one to private. Because of the fact that I re-uploaded it was after content ID was in place, that's why it pushed it as a content ID violation. Now, there's another article I came across back in December 11, 2013. This was written. There has been a huge issue with them. Apparently, Ubisoft and Capcom at some point too. Now, granted, this article is, it's almost 6 years old at the time of me making this video. But this article goes on to actually have some good stuff. I'll put the link down below if you want to read it too. But basically, these three publishers, the big kicks are leave the video live, send the URL of the affected video, and then we'll help to get it cleared hopefully the same day. That did not happen for me. I left the video live. I sent the URL, I tweeted it over to multiple Blizzard customer service type of accounts on Twitter. And it also gets a notification via YouTube. I'm assuming nobody checks that. I'm assuming nobody cares because they let me wait the full 30 days. Now, they did not stand by the content ID claim, so eventually it cleared itself up. But if I had hundreds of thousands of subscribers and I was live streaming games daily as a day job, and now I do this as a hobbyist for fun, you know, that's a lot of money. It could have affected somebody. They could have spent quite a bit of time making a video to have a content ID claim, and they would lose all of that revenue that would have come in for their time and effort. Yes, it is somebody else's game, but you just saw a moment ago that they gave me permission to do it. So this line 3 is it's a load of hot garbage. Don't expect it the same day. I don't remember where I saw another tip was to make sure that you leave it as public. I don't know if that's true or not, to leave it as public so that way they can have access to it. You know, if I was writing the software that handled the content ID claims, I would give access to the claimant even if it was a private video, because if I'm going to dispute their claim, you know, how are they going to review that it's really their material as opposed to, you know, it's just some YouTube AI saying it is. So if you have a content ID claim, I'm hoping this video gives you a little bit more courage to go ahead and submit that dispute. Don't let fear that your account might suffer stop you from putting a dispute up. If you put time and effort into a video and you knew for a fact that you had permission to use the content, like for example with Blizzard terms of service that I showed earlier, I had no qualms about filing that dispute. I was actually excited because I finally got to do this. Go ahead and submit it. The worst that can happen is they will say, no, we stand by it. At that point, if you know for a fact that you were in the wrong, do not push it, because you don't want to get that copyright strike. That would be bad. That actually goes a little bit further than a content ID strike does. My channel hasn't suffered from a content ID strike for 30 days. That was not a big deal. It got resolved literally automatically because Blizzard failed to respond. But if you found this video helpful, drop a comment in the section below. Let me know, the name of your video. Please don't link drop, but go ahead and leave the name of your video and I'll search it up, see what's going on. Leave me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button too if you wouldn't mind. It'll help me get these videos out to other people. You know, thanks for watching it to this point, and I'll catch you on the next video out.